Hi everyone, this is Frank DeRose, bass instructor at the School of the Blues. Boy, it's a hot day today in the South Bay area. Today, well, the air conditioner is blowing and you'll probably hear some background noise because of that. We're going to do a video on transitions. This video will be part of the Walking the Bass Level 2 series. I'm going to play for you some of the most common transitions that we use to move from one chord to another. That's why this is a level 2 in basic. Now we're going to do Traveling Man Blues, a quick change in the key of E, but these transitions will apply to any key, and even some of them apply to a blues that is not a quick change. So let me get set up, and while I do that, you open the tab below, try it out, get familiar with the fingerings, and then we'll play one time through. Now, the one time through, I'm going to play a lot of transitions. The thing you must remember about transitions is not to overplay them. They become rather predictable and boring when you do them all the time. So the use of transitions should be reserved. You should sprinkle them in to make your bass part seem more interesting. So anyway, I'll get set up, you look through the tab, and I'll be right back, and we'll play together. We'll go through the transitions. Let's learn a couple of transitions. The first one I want to talk about is what we learned in the last video, where we put the triplet at the end of our measure. As I said then, not only is the triplet part of a 2-measure bass pattern, but when used on the even numbered measures, the 2nd, the 4th, the 6th, the 8th, 10th, it serves as a transition. So let me play it to remind you what it sounds like. So I transitioned from E to A with the triplet. So I'm going to be playing that in this 12-bar blues. The other one is using the flat 5 as a chromatic transition. So there's a couple of ways to do it. So right off in the first measure, I'm going to play this E arpeggio. So that's the root, 3rd, 5th, flat 5th, into the 4, which is the downbeat of the 2nd measure, where now that A note is the root note of the 2nd measure. So we use the flat 5 descending down chromatically. We went B, B flat, A. Now I'll use flat 5 and sharp 4 depending on the direction I'm going. It keeps it clear in my mind if I am going to be ascending or descending. That helps me think about that chromatic note. And let me play an example of ascending. So to get to measure number 9, we're going to play this arpeggio. We're going to do the E, the 3rd, the 4th, the sharp 4, into the 5, which is now the root note of measure number 9. So I refer to that chromatic note as the sharp 4 because I'm thinking 3, 4, sharp 4, 5. I'm thinking up, up, up. And I'll think about it as a flat 5 when I'm going down. Now, even though we're in the key of E and we're in the key of sharps, it's easier for many people, myself included, to think of sharp chromatic when I'm ascending, 4 to sharp 4, and flat 5, 5 to flat 5 when I'm descending. That way I know which direction I'm going. So now I'm going to stop here and get the player queued up, and I'll be right back, and we'll play through Traveling Man Blues using these fundamentally sound and great sounding transitions. I'll be right back. Here we go. Just as a reminder, Traveling Man Blues, original composition for the School of Blues lesson series in my book, Blues Bass Play-Along Trax. It's the very first playing example in that book. It's like a Jimmy Reed shuffle. It's in the key of E. It's got a quick change. It has a standard turnaround. And we're going to start from the 5. So in the tab, you're starting from the 9th measure. So let me kick it off here, and we're going to get started playing the blues. 1, 2, 3, 4. So transitions, there you have it, a 12 bar where I played the transitions way too much, but I wanted to squeeze them all in so you could hear how they all sound together. Again, I encourage you to play them a little more sparingly and space them out. So go through it again. Play this segment of the video again. Try to play all those transitions. And I'm going to go collect my thoughts and come back, and we'll wrap this video up with a few final thoughts. You know, my teaching philosophy is the same as my playing philosophy. As I learn songs and the components of the songs, I'm actually remembering them as building block components. Just like you would use different size lumber and different tools and different size nails to build a house, I use these building block components that I harvest from songs to be able to play spontaneously, and in some cases take an existing song and slightly embellish the bass line when and where needed. And when it's time to do somebody's original blues and I've been hired to do a recording session or I'm writing the song myself, now I have got building blocks that I can pull from to help create the bass line for this original. So building blocks are not only the intros and the turnarounds and the endings, but within the 12 bar, they are the transition measures, and there are many ways to do them. Today, we learned how to use the triplet, again, as a transition, and we learned how to use the chromatic run, where we played the root, third, fourth, sharp 4, to the 5, and going in the opposite direction as in the first measure, we did root, third, 5, flat 5, to the 4, and as I said, I use sharp 4 when I'm ascending, and I use the flat 5 when I'm descending. That helps keep it clear in my mind. So I want you to go back through the level 1 and level 2 videos and have clear in your mind all of these building block components. It makes playing a lot easier. And when we move to non-quick change blues, you're going to find some of these things are going to be similar, and you'll be able to more quickly adapt to them when you have the building block mentality. So until I see you again, keep on thumping that bass. Bye for now.